Beautiful day in the city of Richmond. We're here at Civic Center Plaza. We're by City Hall. It's buzzing with activity, not just because we're here, but because we're also in front of the Richmond Farmers Market, which has been going on here in some capacity for over 40 years. Tons of people are turning out. A lot of people that are growing their own food coming out here. Interesting story behind this farmers market. It was started because way back 40 years ago, this was a food desert. Not many places where people could get their groceries, fresh groceries. So this started. In fact, women, we're told, had to go at least 5 miles out of this area just to get fresh groceries. So that's what started all of this here. And it's still going on 40 years ago today. Hey, the city of Richmond, beautiful. Area code 510 or 431. 115,000 residents live in this area. And of course, this area really started to develop in the 1920s during World War II with the shipbuilding. It built most of these Liberty ships that were used in World War II. And believe it or not, Kaiser Permanente, you might see it all over Oakland, but they started here. They started working at the shipyards, and that led to the big company that we all know about right now that so many people work for. It's one of the biggest employers in our area and here in Richmond as well. We're going to get to all the stats here in just a little bit. But first, we want to get to our crew who's covering the area for Zip Trip. We've got Sal. He's following the food for Taste of the Town. And Allie Rasmus showing us why dirt doesn't hurt at Dirt World. Allie.
Yes, we're at Dirt World, which is in the heart of central Richmond. This is a BMX and mountain bike park, and there's hundreds of people who come out here on a weekend. Now, on this Friday morning, we've got a special crew out here who's showing us exactly what this park is about. This is a park that took more than a decade of community effort and love to make happen. So coming up on the 9, we're going to introduce you to some of the volunteers behind it, how it came to be, and the kids who benefit from it. And when we talk about kids, we mean kids of all ages. That little guy over there is just 3 years old. So we've got some very young, aspiring BMX bikers that we're going to see out here this morning and talk to. So we'll check back with you guys here in just a little bit. Now we'll send it over to Sal.
All right, Allie, thank you very much. I'm at Sailing Goat Restaurant, and I had never thought this place existed. I'm out here, and I know it's Richmond. It seems like we're somewhere else. Let me bring in the owner, Mr. Arnon Owen. Arnon Oren, not Owen, Oren. Thank you, Mr. Oren. Thank you, Arnon, for being here. This is a great place. How did you think of starting it?
Well, we were invited by the ownership of the harbor to here. They know us through our other business and the food. And when we got the invitation, I came here and saw it, and I was like, yes, we'll take it.
It's beautiful.
It's gorgeous. It's we call it the Richmond Riviera. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's charming. And we thought to put our delicious food would be something that enhance the place.
Delicious food. That's where Chef Ross Kaplan comes in. He's coming out with some of the dishes that are most popular here. Chef, tell me what we have here.
We have our classic gluten-free fish and chips with the dedicated fryer, which is great for those celiac issues, and a North African-inspired seafood stew with Barbers spice base in there. It's got local rockfish, mussels, shrimp, a myriad of spices such as saffron and ancho, and you name it, it's in there. So, yeah, quite delicious.
It's missing a spoon so I could try it, Chef. But
anyway, we'll get that.
You know, one of the things that I wanted to tell you about this space is we're here when it's not open. So it's 9 o'clock. They don't open until 11. What happens here is they have live music a lot, right, Arnon?
Yes, so we're open Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and in the summer we have live music that starts at 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock until 8. During the winter, those hours shift to the middle of the day, but every day we open, we have music. And it's lively, and it's a great place to have.
I like it already. Alan, can you follow me here to the spot that I really like? We might be in a little bit of low light, but here's the south spot right here. They have beer on tap. right? They serve wine and beer here, and it is, you know, they have Acme Bread, one of the artisan bread makers that we know, based in Alameda. So this place, the food here at Sailing Goat is what I say legit, okay? So it's not just some slop they throw on the table just because you have a good view. I mean, you know, people, you know, right, Andre? Like, you know, you have
They're all about the view. They're all about the view, my friend.
No, this is good food. This is good food, good drink, good atmosphere. The last thing I will say about this place, Andre, is the way you get here is you go to the Richmond Bridge, you take the last exit on the right, and then you go on a little winding road, and you come out here. It feels like you're somewhere else, honestly. I would say, and Pam Cook.
I always wonder what that was.
Yeah. So
Pam knows all the secret spots.
I think it's one of the places in summer. Yeah. To be here. It's called Sailing Goat Restaurant. Go ahead, Andre. Yeah, you should come out. You should come out one day.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Yeah, I got to come out. I got to check it out. I'm going to check back in with you in just a little bit here. But right now, I want to get to Yvette Williams-Barr. She's with the Richmond Main Street Initiative. She's a board member of this initiative. And if you want to know what's going on in town, Yvette's a woman that knows all about it. She could probably hook you up. Yvette, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate being here.
So Yvette, tell us a little bit about the Richmond Main Street Initiative. What do you all do?
So the Richmond Main Street Initiative, we are a nonprofit organization dedicated to restoring the historic downtown district. Richmond Main Street efforts have focused on enhancing walkability through the widened sidewalks, improving lighting and public art installations, creating a welcoming environment for residents and visitors alike.
So one of the things that you do to get people outdoors here in Richmond is you're doing the summer concert series, and what we have here is the Spirit and Soul Festival that's coming up. Tell the viewers a little bit about this festival that's coming up.
So the Spirit and Soul Festival, and in addition, we have Music on the Main. These are our signature events. We put these on each year. They draw hundreds of residents from all throughout the city, and they come and they have a great time. We have vendors, we have live performances, family-friendly activities, reinforcing downtown Richmond as a cultural hub.
That's what you're trying to do here, is just let people know. That's going to be happening October 14th.
That is correct.
What else do you all have during the summer coming up here for folks?
So we also have, as I mentioned earlier, Music on the Main, and then we have...
When is Music on Main happening?
Music on the Main is in September.
Okay, September. Okay.
Yes, and then complementing these cultural events, we have Downtown Neighborhood Ambassador Program, which ensures the area's cleanliness and safety. And we also have a great transportation hub, so individuals who want to get down to downtown, there's no excuse why they cannot attend our events.
Yes.
We have so many wonderful
things. You got it going on.
Yes.
Yeah, these are big. You know, Yvette, you're deeply rooted here in Richmond as well. You work at the library, correct?
That is correct.
Which is right down the street here. And you said the library has not been updated in how long?
Since it was built 75 years ago.
75 years, but that's about to change. Tell us about that.
Yes, absolutely. So the state of California awarded a grant. It was an infrastructure grant. We were awarded $10 million.
Wow. Okay.
And the city of Richmond matched that. And so and they even went further. Our Richmond City Council was so invested in ensuring that our residents had a robust library that was up to the speed of the 21st century. We have now $30 million we are investing in this library.
That's incredible. So soon it's going to be shut down for the big renovation project after 75 years.
That is correct. So it will be shut down. We will have a temporary location located at the Richmond Auditorium, and we will reopen again and with a state-of-the-art library, and we are very excited. So we will be closed for 2 years in a temporary location.
Yvette, you also work with the Adult Literacy Program. Tell us about what you do with that.
So the Adult Literacy Program, LEAP, we have been in existence for 40 years, and what we do...
It's important, too, by the way. You wouldn't even believe how many people that are adults that do not know how to read, and it's important. When they do, it changes lives.
It absolutely changes lives. I remember when I first came to work there, I thought... Is this where I truly am supposed to be? But after our first graduation, I cried like a baby. I knew this was where my calling. So what we do is we assist adults who want to improve their standing in life and their family standing for generations to come. We help them achieve their GED or their career online high school diploma. We also assist residents who English is not their first language, so we teach ESL classes. We have basic computer classes, and we do one-to-one tutoring.
A lot going on here, and Yvette, you are at the center of it. Yvette Williams-Barr with the Richmond Main Street Initiative, board member there. Thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having me out here today.
So much more to come here on Zip Trips here in the city of Richmond in the East Bay. Coming up next, we're going to take you back out to the dirt bikes We're going to show you. Allie's got a live report coming up. You saw the little young man on that bike there, just one of the many people. See, there he is right there. He's just one of the many people out on their BMX bikes at this dirt bike park. Dirt World. More on that coming up right after this break as our Fox Local Zip Trip takes us to Richmond. Welcome back to our Fox Local Zip Trips. You're looking live at the farmers market here, the Richmond Farmers Market. It's been around for over 40 years in this area. Farmers from all around the Bay Area coming here every Friday. And look at that crowd of people here just coming in to buy fresh produce. And this was really the reason for this even starting. You maybe have heard me mention a few minutes ago that the reason this farmers market is even here is because many decades ago, this was a food desert. So this was launched, and we're going to be talking to the person who launched this coming up on Take Two on the Fox Local app and the KTVU.com as well, coming up at 10 o'clock today to learn a little bit more about how this started. But it's a really important part of this community, and you can see many people are out here this morning, every Friday morning, to come and take part in this. All right, we're going to head up to an area that was once just a spot where there were trains and train tracks. The city said, hey, we got to do something with this part of the land here, and they developed it into Dirt World. Allie Rasmus, she's live out there right now to tell us a little bit more about it. And Allie, a lot of people leave Yelp reviews in this place. One person says, I bring my 5-year-old son to try and relive my glory days at this Dirt World park here. Tell us a little bit more about it.
Yeah, there are kids of all ages who come out and enjoy this gem in the city of Richmond. It's in central Richmond. It's an entire city block of trails and mounds, some paved, some dirt mounds, and it's for people who want to enjoy biking, BMX biking, mountain biking, and just get outside. And what I love about this place is that it really represents a community effort and a volunteer effort. It took people 10 years, a labor of love, so to speak, to make this place happen for all the public to enjoy. I want to introduce Howard Cato. He's the founder of Bay Area BMXers, and your BMX bike team practices here Tell us what it was like before this was here. Where did you guys have to go? What does this mean to you?
Well, this place, before this was here, we'd go practice at BMX tracks locally, Napa, Santa Clara, Manteca. And then this formed in, and I started working on the board with the people here. AC D2 is the founder of this, and he brought me in with it, and I was happy to come aboard with it. And we started working along and getting this stuff together out here with all the volunteers, and here we are 10 years later, and it's an awesome place, and it's very kid-friendly. I tell people all the time, bring your kids out here, let them ride. My grandson, he's 3, and he's been enjoying it. He's having fun and just learning something different, getting out of the house.
And your BMX team, kids of all ages from, 5 to 17 years old. And you guys, as a team, have done really well in recent years.
Yes, we did. 2021, we won the championship, #1 bike shop in the nation. And that was one of my goals that we fulfilled as a team. And now we're working on a new segment of, we're a factory team where we make our own frames and stuff.
So part of it is not just riding the bikes, but working on the bikes.
Yes, also. Yes, that.
Why is that an important part of BMX?
Well, for me, like working on bikes and having bikes, it gets your name out there. Also, it's like one thing, our goal is to make complete bikes so we can get them out here to the community and let kids be able to ride their bikes and set up workshops so kids can learn to put bikes together like we do in our community programs at the Juvenile Hall Center in San Leandro and all around at the schools too, the local schools and stuff. So it's a good program for my nonprofit that we run and everything. So, what's
your favorite thing about the nonprofit and about this activity specifically, BMX biking for kids?
I get to teach kids BMX, and that's been my passion, for a long time. And it's so awesome to be able to watch my grandson do it now because I did it with my son. So now it's like I get a second chance to do it again.
Yeah, he's been out here since early this morning. This is 3-year-old Isaiah.
Yeah.
I think he's a little wiped out.
Yes,
because we showed him biking on some of these trails early this morning. So there's a lot for the community to come out and enjoy. This is open to the public, not just people on a BMX bike team. So there's people here on a busy weekend day who'll be as many as hundreds of people who will be out here. So it's a community asset. It took about 10 years for volunteers and the board to get this thing going, and it finally reopened after $1 million renovation just this past October. The state gave it a couple of grants to make this officially a bike park that everyone can enjoy. So we'll have more on what goes on here, the work that went into this, and talking to some of the folks and the kids who get to benefit from it. We'll check back with you in just a little bit. But for now, if you work up an appetite around here, you can head over to where my colleague Sal Castaneda is this morning. He is going to be checking out some of the dining spots here in Richmond. But, well, first, I'll send it back to you, Andre.
Allie, thank you so much. We appreciate it. We hear that same comment all the time. That is a great place for kids, and you just saw it in that interview there with Allie as well. There are 4 other cities surrounding Richmond here. Can you name them? That is the question. It is one of our Zip Trip trivia questions. We got a lot more of that coming up. Also, ahead, we want you to send us your Zip Trip photos, your road trip photos. This summer's Zip Trips is brought to you by AAA. If you're taking a trip this summer, we want to hear from you. If you're headed, if you have a favorite trip from the past, send us those photos, and you can see them here during the show. Joanne from San Mateo sent us this picture of Mount Shasta on her way to Oregon. Thank you so much for this picture, Joanne. You're watching Zip Trips. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Fox Local Zip Trips here in the city of Richmond, a fantastic East Bay city. We're in front of the Richmond Farmers Market, going strong here for 4 decades. We're going to have much more on this coming up on Take 2 on Fox Local and KTVU.com as well. But first, we like to quiz folks who live around this area about their very city, and Frank Malicote did just that. Take a look.
The city of Richmond has more shoreline than any other city here in the Bay Area. So within 5 miles, how much coastline does Richmond have?
I don't know, maybe 100, 200?
100, 200. So 200 miles of coastline would get you probably to Monterey.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be a bit too much.
Let's say 16.8 miles.
16.8 is very precise, but it's wrong. A little bit more.
150 miles.
150 miles. That would go clear to Santa Cruz. That is a big coastline. No, it's much less.
22.8 miles.
22.8.
I want to put a point on
You
everything.
were a math major.
30.
30?
5 or so.
You're so close. Go down a little.
32.1.
Get rid of the .1 and you're on.
32.
32 is correct.
Edit this for all the right answers.
Well, believe me, we're editing it. There are 4 cities that surround the city of Richmond. Can you name them? And that's hint number 1.
I should know the cities. I'm not local to the Bay.
Martinez is way over there.
Is Oakland one, or is that too far out?
Too far south.
San Pablo?
San Pablo, ding ding.
Let's see. El Cerrito.
El Cerrito is correct. Before Hercules, after Richmond.
Hollister?
Hollister.
No, that's not right.
Starts with a P.
Pinole.
Pinole, yes. One more for the money. It's the capital of New York, too.
You're, Albany?
Oh, are you sure, Sam?
I'm positive.
You better be right. There you go.
Tony La Russa letting Willie McGee get another standing ovation.
2-time batting champ, former MVP, won a World Series with the St. Louis Cardinals in '82, and oh, by the way, went to Harry L's high school here in Richmond.
Hate baseball.
What?
Hate.
Come on.
Hate baseball. Can't stand baseball. It's boring as all get out to me.
Brooks Robinson?
He was an Oriole.
Okay.
And remember, this guy grew up in Richmond. First name Willie.
Mays.
Willie Mays. Lovely man.
Mays.
Played for the Giants.
Reggie Jackson?
Reggie Jackson. No. A, Yankee, Oriole, Angel.
His mom had an apartment right behind mine, and I can't remember his name.
How about Willie McGee?
McCut.
Willie McGee.
Willie McGee.
Willie McGee. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
All right, we're going with it. That's the right answer.
Okay.
Did he ever come in for a haircut?
No, he never came.
Apparently not. Richmond is a very popular name here in the United States. Of course, there's Richmond, Virginia. That's the biggest of them all. Number 2 is Richmond, California in terms of population. My question is, how many states actually have a town or a city named Richmond?
4.
4. Remember, I said a lot. Go up much higher.
Oh, I don't know. I would guess 10.
And you would be wrong. Much more. Okay.
And I'm going to take a wild guess, and I'm going to say 13.
13.
Yeah.
And you'd be wrong. More.
14.
14.
16.
You might want to go higher.
20. 30. 40.
Wait a minute. You got to
4.
stop.
44.
30.
Less.
15.
More.
Okay, I'm going to double that. 26.
26 would be too many.
Okay, all right, a sweet in between. Let's give it 21.
21 is on the money. Ding, ding.
All right, so you saw right there, some of those are pretty hard, even if you're from this area, to understand. Coming up next, after the break, though, we're going to go on Taste of the Town. Sal, he's going to have a little taste of a great place called Louise and what they're serving up there. When we continue here on Fox Local Zip Trips here in the city of Richmond. Welcome back to our Zip Trips here in Richmond. You're looking live at Dirt World here in the city of Richmond. This place is off of 20th and Ohio. It's a rectangular-shaped piece of land. It used to be just railroad tracks, but now you can see it's been developed into something fun for kids to play at. And if you read the reviews, you hear from parents, it is a great place for parents to take their children and for adults to relive their childhood as well. We'll check in with Allie, who is there, coming up in just a little bit. But first, back here live, we're joined by Sarah Pritchard. She is with the Rosie the Riveter Trust, the executive director, in fact. Rosie the Riveter, that iconic picture, you hear us talk about it all the time, but it is really rooted right here in Richmond, and Richmond's history was shipbuilding back during World War II. So Sarah, fill us in on what this means. You know, it's finally interesting. You grow up seeing this picture of Rosie the Riveter, but I can't believe that I live and I'm getting a chance to talk to you because I'm in the area where this all really started. So, Sarah, tell us, a little bit about it for those who aren't familiar.
Yeah, I mean, the World War II is the World War that really galvanized and brought people together. And part of the success of us winning World War II was what happened on the home front. So Richmond is a fantastic location and place that they decided to create a national park around because of all the intact structures and the last remaining Liberty ship.
Yeah. So, by the way, they built 747 Liberty ships.
Yes.
I think the most out of anywhere. This was a big shipbuilding town back then.
Big shipbuilding. You had Kaiser shipyards,
right.
and that's what brought in the 747 ships.
Right.
And millions of people coming to work.
And so, if I'm understanding this correctly, the shipbuilding, they needed help with that, and women answered that call, right?
Women answered that call. In fact, everyone answered that call. They were recruiting people from all over, and they used this idea of bringing women out of the household to work and to serve their country, who ended up in the trades, building ships, building bombers, and all sorts of warfare. Crucial
part of this. The city of Richmond, the women, and so that is what your organization and the trust really is about, recognizing that work, right?
Yes, so we're the philanthropic partner. We're the nonprofit that supports the national park.
Supports the national park.
Yeah.
And so tell us, what do you want folks to know about your work and how they can get involved?
You know what? We're preserving the legacy of Rosie the Riveters and also all the ingenuity that happened, all of the industrial revolution that happened during World War II on the home front. That's number one. We're sharing stories. We're also using the story to inspire youth. So we have Rosie Service Corps. It's a youth program. And we basically, our messages to kids, which is, you can do anything you want to do. And we use that Rosie the Riveter, we can do it spirit.
Yes, and so that spirit, Rosie the Riveter, you've got the bandana on right now as well. The Rosie the Riveter Museum, 1414 Harbor Way, South, and on June 7th, you have something, Rosie Rally.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So it's tomorrow, you guys. It's tomorrow, and we're inviting the public. It's a family-friendly free event. We're inviting the public to come. It's 11 to 3 p.m. It's around the museum, the visitor center. You can take the ferry from San Francisco.
Nice.
You can take BART. You can take bus. You can ride your bike. We're going to have bicycle parking. And it's just going to be this free event. We encourage people to dress like Rosie the Riveter or 1940s theme. We're going to have a swing band, and it's going to be fantastic.
We can do it spirit.
We can do it spirit.
Sarah Pritchard.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
You.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Such
so
great
much.
work you're doing here in this community.
Thank you.
All right. We want to send things over now to Sal Castaneda. He is at his next destination because he is, he tastes everything. He's on the food follow here. Sal, where are you now? Tell us a bit about that.
So we're at Park Place Barbers right now, and we're going to talk about this wonderful place that I found in just a minute. But you mentioned the food, so we have to eat first, right? Then we have to get our hair cut. So the very first thing I want to talk to you about is that Richmond, especially Point Richmond, but really all over this town, has a lot of good places to eat. And I found a couple right here in this area of Richmond. Check out my taste of the town. If you've never been to Point Richmond to eat, you're missing out. Here there is a good old-fashioned deli called Little Louise. This humble spot has people standing in line for the food as the busy kitchen turns out order after order quickly. Little Louise does sandwiches well, from the simple turkey sandwich to a pastrami sandwich piled high. There's also a good selection of hot sandwiches. A good deli has good bread, and this place gets a daily delivery from Semi-Freddy's Artisan Bakery.
Don't come here if you're not hungry.
And it's not just sandwiches. I watched them bring out a stacked ribs plate and a bacon cheeseburger. In fact, the extensive menu also has salads, tater tots, cookies, and more. The resonating theme here at Little Louise seems to be good, honest portions, something owner Mike Fracuri prides himself on.
You order a burger, you know, you want to get a burger, you want to get something you could sink your teeth into.
The quality of the food here is known to these locals.
The food is good. The food is good, and it's been here so long. And the atmosphere.
People are friendly. They don't rush you.
The weather in Point Richmond is reliably good, so many people eat out back. Inside or outside, I'd come here to get a good solid meal for a reasonable price. Nearby, there is what looks to me as a beer oasis in an office park in Richmond's Shipyard District. It's East Brother Beer Company. They make beer here, and there is a small tap room and outdoor seating. The good people lined up a sample of their most popular beers, from lagers to more substantial ales.
Oh, I forgot how good these taste.
Yeah, you know, like 10, 15 years ago, IPAs got super bitter, way too bitter, and people got, you know, their palates were wrecked, and hazy IPAs were the response to that. They got really sweet. So there's like opposite ends of the spectrum. We try to do balance.
After trying the beers, my favorite is the red lager here at East Brother. It just has this light taste. It only has, what is it, 4.6? I can handle that, maybe have a few with some food. This is perfect. In the back, we saw a very busy production line, a testament to the rising popularity of East Brother beer. These cans and kegs are bound for a growing list of Bay Area restaurants, stores, and tap rooms. If you're a beer lover, this place does it right. East Brother Beer Company is not a trendy brewer where you'll find the latest novelty. It brews the classics and brews them well. Now, how about a date night place? I got you covered with the Hotel Mac, one of Richmond's oldest establishments. It's a classic circa 1900s hotel. Inside is Bianco Verde restaurant featuring modern Italian cuisine. We watched as the chef prepared two of the most popular dishes. Up first, perhaps Hotel Mac's signature dish.
It's our lobster ravioli. It's a lobster ravioli that's tossed in a white wine lemon sauce with Kraft meat and a bit of Meyer lemon bits.
Oh my, that's so good. You have to try it. I also tried the penne alla vodka, which was penne pasta tossed with salmon in a pink creamy vodka sauce. The food here is fresh, rich, and delicious. If you like craft cocktails, they make things like a smoked Manhattan and other classics. As for my favorite, the lobster ravioli or the penne alla vodka, I'd just have both. Yeah, you know, I would have both. So obviously I've been eating a lot. It might even show, but I don't care because the food has been good, the beer has been great, and Richmond is one of the places here. Now, I also kind of need a haircut. It looks a little shaggy, right? So if I wanted to get a haircut, I would come to the Park Place Barbers. I want to come and talk to the proprietor, Mr. Samuel Charge. May I call you Sam?
Yes.
Sam, this is a great place you got. You're playing jazz in the background?
Yes, we've been here now for about 8 years, and it's been wonderful. We do have jazz. You can see that this whole shop is set up on a music theme. Jazz just happened to be one of our favorite genres, but we play all types of music in here. The interesting thing about it, when folks came over and heard what we were doing and thought, well, hey, look, man, this is a good shop. We got a good vibe. One of the musicians' daughter came in and said, hey, have you ever thought about doing pop-up jazz? So we got a little pop-up jazz going on, too. We have nice little jazz performances right here in the corner.
So pop-up jazz on Thursdays, am I correct?
Once a month. Once a month on the third Thursday of the month.
Sam, this shop is clean. This shop is clean. And I've taken some slang from the younger folks. When someone says something is clean, that means it's tight. That means it's cool. That means it's hip. right?
Okay. All righty.
For you and I, this shop is really well cared for. It's really well. I mean, I love looking at all the old school stuff. I love all the stuff on the wall from the jazz albums. How did you curate all this stuff?
Well, I'm second generation barber. My mom was a cosmetologist, and she was really into jazz. We're from New Orleans originally. So, you know, jazz is just something that's part of us. So what I did was took some of the things, the favorite albums of mine, and started it out with that up on the wall, and from there it just kind of exploded. I didn't realize we had so many jazz lovers and musicians right here in Richmond. So when they came in, you know, they gave their little contributions to the shop. We put that up on the wall, posters and things of that nature. We have here in Point Richmond a regular summer music series.
Well, so. Sam, thank you. I think I found a place that I'm going to cheat on my barber with. You know what? If you need a haircut, it's called the Park Place Barbers, or it's here on Park Place, 113 Park Place. You got the food next door. You got the barber here. You got everything you need, Andre, to have a really great day here in Point Richmond.
All right, Sal, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Awesome. Thank you. Before we go to break now, we want to get you to this. The summer of Zip Trips is brought to you by AAA. And if you're taking a trip this summer, we want to hear from you where you're headed. And if you have a favorite photo from the past, we want you to share it with us. Send us these photos. This one is from Laura from Nevada. Sent us this picture on her road trip to Seattle. Thank you so much, Laura from Nevada. We appreciate it. We'll be right back. All right, we're going to keep this one quick here. Nichols Park here in Richmond, a photo from the 1800s that Frank Malicote found in storage. It's all connected to him. Take a look.
Nickel is a prominent name in Richmond. There's beautiful Nichols Park. Nickel Knob boasts amazing views of the bay, and that's not too far from Nickel Avenue, where Erica Matson has lived just a block away for 23 years. Did you ever look up at the sign and say, who is that guy?
Yes, yes. And people think it's spelled wrong.
Right, exactly. Not like the coin, right?
Right, not like the coin.
This is John Nickel, a farmer turned East Bay real estate maven and philanthropist. In the late 1800s, Nichols bought most of what is now Point Richmond, betting the railroad would be coming through to San Francisco, and it paid off. He taxed the Santa Fe Railroad $80,000 for the right-of-way and cashed in, putting both Richmond and the Nichols family on the map in the early 1900s.
He was domineering, and he's considered the father of Richmond, also the Duke of Richmond.
How much was he worth when he passed away?
Around $3 million.
And what is that in today's?
Around $94 million.
Well, that got me curious, because tucked away in my storage was an 1895 photo of my mother's grandmother, Ruth Ann Nickel Wells of Richmond. If this picture could talk. Could she be a relative? Along with a mystery family portrait of Mary E. Nickel. And here she is, circa 1880. I think she's waited long enough. It's time to get her back home. I took the portrait to the Richmond Museum of History to donate it and to get confirmation from historian James Chesherick.
This has to be the mother.
I think you're right.
'Cause I've seen pictures of Mary E. And people aged quicker back then, faster back then, but she kind of has a resemblance to him, with the face, with the expression. Yes, that strikes me, the likeness. Yeah. That's the look like, don't cross me.
That portrait that hung in our homes for decades is none other than John Nickel's Irish mother, Mary, my great-great-great-grandmother, which makes John Nickel my great-great-grandfather. Who knew?
Interesting, and it's to hold this thing, when I think back when I started researching history, I never thought I'd hold something like this.
And now the final piece of the Nichols puzzle was my great-grandmother, Ruth Ann Nickel Wells, who turns out was Nickel's fourth of 8 children. She had 5 kids of her own, including my grandfather, R.A. Wells. And we discovered inside the museum a photo of my then 10-year-old grandfather and all his siblings circa 1909, a picture my family had never seen. John Nickel died in 1914 at the age of 92, and he's buried here at the Mountain View Cemetery in Oakland, along with many of his children. And it boggles my mind. Think about it. Had it not been for the zip trip to Richmond or that family portrait, I would have never known my ancestors, let alone just how successful they were. Here in Oakland, I'm Frank Malico, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
That is a truly amazing story. Frank said it right there. Had it not been for this zip trip, he would never have even known about this, working on the story. Fantastic story there. All right, want to send things over to the Dirt World Bike Park. It recently reopened after undergoing $1 million renovation here. Family park here for adults and kids to go practice on BMX bikes. Who knew that was still a thing, but it's still happening here in Richmond. All families of all ages here. We'll send it over to Allie Rasmus. She's been there all morning talking to folks who are coming out to the park and enjoying what it has to offer. Allie.
Yeah, a family-friendly public park right in the heart of the city of Richmond. And it really took years of community involvement to get this to become a reality. And a lot of kids get to benefit from it. When we talk about kids, the youngest BMX biker out here is 3 years old, but there are bikers in their teens and even adults who have returned to the sport and have found their love for it once again. But I want to introduce Sam Hill. You're with Bay Area BMXers. You're one of the team members here, and we saw you doing riding some of the trails earlier this morning. How long have you been a BMX biker, and what do you love about it?
I've been doing it for about 4 years. I just love the energy, the experience, and just executing and winning.
For some people who may have seen you doing some of those tricks and getting around those the curves and stuff, you got some air in some of the jumps. People who can't experience that for themselves, tell us what it's like, what that feels like.
It feels good. It feels enjoyment. It feels just like everything's quiet around. It's just peaceful.
What's your next goal?
Right now it's to win grands and execute there too.
And that's coming up in a few months. Is that what you're training for?
Yes, ma'am.
How often do you train?
7 days a week.
For how many hours a day?
2 to 3 in the morning. 2 to 3 hours.
And why do you do it?
I just love the sport. You gotta work hard and you gotta execute to just be better at everything you do.
And you see the results of it. Well, we will wish you the best of luck in your next race. Sam Hill, one of the members of the Bay Area BMXers bike team. And that bike team and others in the public get to enjoy this as well. We want to introduce Justin Blea. He is one of the board members of Dirt World here in Richmond. How did this park get going?
So this has been a huge community-driven park. We have to give a lot of credit to Dennis Hoskins for getting this started 9 years ago. He helped dig a pump track in partnership with the Richmond Fire Department, and that grew in such popularity that they approached the city of Richmond and asked if there was any land available that they could develop into a larger facility. And we're super grateful to the city of Richmond for working in partnership with us, as well as the state of California for sponsoring the rebuild that we did a couple of years ago, which was a $1.2 million rebuild. And we're just grateful to have a place for youth to come out and have a fun, safe activity and enjoy nature and camaraderie and sport.
Can you describe the sense of reward and enjoyment you get when you see this place full on a Saturday?
You're gonna get me emotional. No, it's a really beautiful sport. Like, the community, the kids are a lot of fun. I have a 4-year-old son, so I love bringing him out here to ride as well. And there's nothing like passing on what's given you fun and enjoyment and seeing kids enjoy it too. So it's just about like passing on all of that joy to other kids.
The cycle continues, pun intended. All right, thank you, Justin Blea. Yeah, this is really a great community asset, and it's open to everyone. And you don't have to be a BMX biker or be on a BMX biking team. You can come out here. Behind us is the pump track, so any kind of bike, you can come out and enjoy this. So it's been great talking to some of the people who really benefit from this community gem, Dirt World, here in Richmond. We'll send it back to you, Andre.
Yeah, really a gem there in Central Richmond. Allie, thank you so much. You know, at-risk youth, foster children, neglected children, they all need some help here. We're going to introduce you to an organization, a nonprofit called Guitars Not Guns, Contra Costa. We're going to introduce you to two people that head that organization and explain what it does coming up after this. Before we go on here on our Zip Trips here to the city of Richmond, I want to introduce you to an organization called Guitars Not Guns, Contra Costa County. And joining us now, Barbara Gorin and Jay Kirkland. Barbara, you're the president, director of Contra Costa chapter here, and Jay, you are the VP of Special Projects. Thank you all so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
This is interesting here. You're not anti-gun, you're anti-violence.
Yeah.
And what you're doing is working with at-risk youth, foster kids, to teach them guitar. This is really great. This is fantastic. So tell us a little bit about your organization. I have not heard of it before.
Well, the most important thing is we're all volunteers, and we do rely on fundraising to buy the guitars for the kids.
Wow.
It's 1 hour a week for 8 weeks. We are currently teaching at the San Pablo Library. We have a really big class. We have like 20 kids.
Yeah.
And we have some return students, and we have some students from Helms School that are volunteer instructors.
Wow.
They're like 13, 14 years old.
Wow.
And we just had our first class last Tuesday. So 7 weeks from now, we'll have a big graduation. Wow. And
they're going to play something, I
they're
guess.
Going to play. We teach them Three Little Birds by Bob Marley.
That's
a beautiful
fantastic.
song with
yes,
a great message.
It is. Jay, helping these kids and teaching them music and teaching them the guitar. Tell me about watching that change happen and that learning happen.
It's happened for me when I was younger too. I was born and raised here in Richmond.
Yeah.
Music is really important for these children.
Yeah.
Especially in the music right now, especially in the schools, there's not a lot of.
It's not anymore.
It's not one of the academic
So
things
you're all
at all.
volunteering your time to get this, and you're seeing this helping students who are struggling through life.
Instantly.
Seeing that change?
We've had parents come to us and say, "What have you done with my kid?"
Wow, this is beautiful. That's a beautiful thing, Barbara. I mean,
motivation.
That keeps you going,
focus,
right?
Yeah. It does,
What does learning guitar do for kids? What does it teach them besides music?
I teach them how to be responsible.
Yeah.
Because they are given a guitar the first night, and they think that it's being loaned to them. So we really tell them they need to take care of the guitar. They need to come to the classes. They need to practice.
Yeah.
I have calluses, so I show them my calluses because we're in a band together, so we play a lot of shows. And they're like, "Oh, how do you play 3-hour shows?" I'm like, "That's because we practice."
You practice a lot, huh?
Yeah.
And these kids, it's helping, and at-risk youth too.
Yeah.
I mean, and you're seeing it helping them both.
Right in our own neighborhood.
It's such a beautiful thing.
Wow.
I mean, music is. Can you imagine your life without music? No.
So you guys need volunteers. You need funding to help this program keep going.
Yes.
Guns, not guitar. Guitars, not guns. Contra Costa County. Please, if you can, help them out. They're doing something great for this community. Teaching kids music. Wow, it's a beautiful thing. It really does change lives.
June 21st, we have a big event. We're going to have our students perform at Bird Park.
Bird Park? What time?
It's going to be from 12:30 to 2:30.
All right.
And it's also International Make Music Day.
International Make Music Day.
Art in the park.
Yeah.
And then October 19th at the Concord Pavilion, we're going to have another event.
Thank you all so much for joining us today. We appreciate it.
All
right, Summer Drip Trips presented by AAA. Just want to let you guys know if you're taking a trip this summer, we want to hear from you. So let us know. Send us your pictures. We're going to share them on the show. And I also want to let everyone know that our next Zip Trip is going to be June 20th. It's going to be 2 weeks from today in San Jose's Japantown. We're going to get you all you need to know about this wonderful, wonderful neighborhood in San Jose. We're going to have much more on that. Thank you all so much for joining us. We have much more coming up right after this show on KTVU.com and the Fox local app. You're going to be watching Take Two here in the city of Richmond. Thank you for joining us. Take care, everybody.